Okay, guys, filling up nicely. Can somebody just confirm that they can hear me?
Good afternoon, General Sam. We can hear you clearly.
Good. There he is. How are you, my friend? The voice of EverGrow. Jacob, how are
Hi,
you?
Sam. Everybody.
Good.
How's my
Good
mic?
afternoon, Captain G.
We can hear you good, man. We can hear you good. Right, Praveen, are you there, my friend?
Yeah.
Good to see you, man. Hey, man. And where is Paul? We need Paul to run this thing. Paul, come and say hello quickly, and then we'll get straight into it. I'm just going to check that everything's working on YouTube, because we don't want to do what we did last time, where we were sort of chatting away for 5 minutes. We've got quite a lot of people tuned in. I'm just going to check the YouTube is working. We probably need to admit Paul.
Yeah, why is his
Sorry,
hand up?
Paul, I kind of started the meeting, so that means I see we're streaming on YouTube, so that's great. And we have a couple of hundred on YouTube, we've got a few hundred here.
I'm just trying to get Paul here, but the chat is filling up so fast I can't keep up.
There we go.
There. Hey, look at this. Bit of brand awareness. I like it, man.
Nice background.
Thank you. I just gotta turn up the sound because it's going on my TV, so I want to make sure I can hear you guys. So 1 second, I gotta put back in these batteries, and we're good to go.
Okay, guys, I know we've got so many people already putting their hands up. So the format when we do these AMAs across YouTube, etc., is let me just get this right. I can hear myself. So people can. If people can mute, yeah, just cool. That should stop now. Right, let me just check. So Crypto Dreams is streaming, so that's great. So if you have any questions on YouTube, Crypto Dreams is going to take those and is going to pass them on to Paul. Paul is going to check on the chat. We're not going to have voice questions today, because every time we attempt that, there's 5 minutes of people not having microphones working, etc., etc. We want to make this one as efficient as possible. We don't want it to last more than an hour. As always, for those on Telegram, when we wrap up, we will stay on Telegram and do some voice questions. But just to keep it professional and as quick as possible, we're not going to do those while we're doing the video stream. There is so much for me to cover today. I don't normally like to sort of read too much notes, but what I don't want to do is miss anything. I have about 750 words that I've literally just typed out in the last 15 minutes, just so I don't forget things. I'm sure I will, but thankfully, Praveen and Jacob will be standing by. Jacob, you can unmute yourself if you need to, can't you? I think I started the meeting, so I don't like having all this control, but everybody who needs to speak can speak, yeah? Okay, brilliant. I was just checking. Right, so let's jump straight into it. We'll start with boring stuff, but it's also very important stuff. We've now had our second audit. I can hear myself again. Yeah, cool, Paul. That's great. So we've had our second audit, another audit with 0 security threats. So we were green across the screen. That was by Solidity Finance. That was a deep audit. You will remember that we had an audit by TechRate as well. Again, we passed 100% of their security requirements. So that is 2 audits where we've passed 100% of the security requirements, which is actually seriously impressive. So Solidity Finance have that audit up online. So obviously, we've had a week of FUD, guys. There's no denying it. We've addressed it all week long. I don't think we even want to talk about it tonight. It's actually quite stressful when, you know, you get accused of all sorts of things and you're trying to sort of run a great project with a great team. So we have had a lot of FUD, unfortunately. We've responded to it. We're not going to go into that. But again, we have had another very successful audit. So that's great news for anyone with security concerns. Right. So we promised we'd talk about liquidity. Now, we actually haven't seen any liquidity issues. Our liquidity pool has remained healthy throughout the whole contract, even when we had very, very high volume for a few days, and the volume is still maintaining at a decent level, but we had some ridiculous volume. I mean, we had volume more than some coins of 10, 15, 20 times our market cap. So obviously, even with that large volume, we didn't have any liquidity problems, but we do like to respond to the community. We do like to listen to the community. So what we've decided to do to boost liquidity is for 2 weeks, we're actually redirecting 100% of the marketing budget, which is the 1% tax that's taken on the contract, we are directing it automatically, and that's already happened to the liquidity pool. And we're directing 33% of the buyback and burn to the liquidity pool. Both of those wallets actually have enough in them for the next few weeks. So we felt this was the best way to effectively help people with any liquidity concerns. As I said, in the team and the actual contract, we haven't had any issues with liquidity. The liquidity has not fallen to low levels at any point. But as this is a community project and a lot of people were asking about it, I do think that was a result of FUD rather than any genuine concerns. But we thought we'd, prove to the community, we've actually effectively taken our own budget away. The core team aren't actually taking anything out of the project, anything out of marketing, but obviously there are people who work in the moderators sections, etc., who need to get paid their salaries from that budget. But we do have enough. We budgeted well for it, been very good with our budget so far. So that has effectively doubled the amount of money going into liquidity. And we've seen, we actioned that about 24 hours ago, and we've noticed our liquidity has increased from 2.65 million to over 3 million in just 24 hours. So we'll do that for 2 weeks. We'll review it. We'll see how it's going. We will obviously have to reactivate marketing budget at some point because, you guys want us to do those big marketing pushes. Like we do want to get the billboard in Times Square and things like that. I know it's quite fun and maybe a little bit silly, but we do appreciate that, millions of people see that kind of thing. And obviously we do feel with a project of this quality, we want to get the word out. So we hope that those two things will quiet the FUD. We know there's always going to be some guy in his bedroom on YouTube trying to get some clicks out of us, but beyond that, we're going to try not to comment too much on that anymore. Okay, so there's lots of news on exchanges. I think most of you know by now that Indocoin is imminent. Indocoin keep saying on their Telegram group in the last sort of 24, 48 hours that they're really trying to push this one through. It's not actually overcomplicated. It's just they're creating branding, etc., and a page specifically for us. We expect that to go live early next week. For those who don't know about Indocoin, it's a pretty exciting thing. They have over 5 million customers. And they have access in over 180 countries, and effectively you will be able to buy EverGrow directly with a debit or credit card in your fiat currency. So this is going to remove a big barrier, I think, for a huge number of people who aren't comfortable. Perhaps people who are new to crypto and they're desperate to get into a project like ours at such an early stage. They're not going to have to use PancakeSwap. They're not going to have to buy BNB, etc. They're going to be able to use whatever currency they want to and buy our coin, and it'll drop in their wallet. So that's going to happen very, very soon. That is late. We admit that is late. We were hoping Thursday, Friday. Now the weekend's got in the way, but any day now that will launch. We think that's going to make a very big difference to our volume, and we will, do a lot of publicity about that. We'll have links on the website where people can buy direct. Okay, Bitmark. Again, we didn't even mention this in the last AMA, but it has come out in the community. Fees are paid. Contract is signed. We're now working with their dev team, getting all the tokenomics sorted. So Bitmark, we're not going to give a time on it, but clearly that is a huge piece of news. It's just being worked on, so everything's absolutely fine. It's all approved, etc. We're just getting the tokenomics working. Now, I wish we could say more on the two other exchanges that we are talking to. We've signed NDAs until they're complete. We are very excited about them. We are not allowed to say their names at this stage. They have accepted us after their due diligence. Contracts are in hand. These exchanges have over 6 million active daily users between them and billions of dollars of daily volume. This is a very big deal. You might notice that we are focusing on well-known global solutions with large volume because, to be honest, it's a bit of a vanity project to just name a little exchange every day of the week. We could have lined up a dozen small exchanges, but we've actually analyzed the data, and the vast majority of trades go through on the big exchanges only. So in all honesty, just to give you daily news, we sign up with this little exchange, it's not going to really make any difference. So we are focusing on 4 massive exchanges in pipeline that will give us a huge proportion of access to the global market. That's our focus. In the background, we are applying to smaller exchanges, but I'll be honest with you, again, it's a bit vanity just to tweet, oh, we've got this exchange, that exchange. Doesn't mean so much to you, but what is exciting is that we have now 4 significant exchanges that have approved us, and we are just working on getting those through. Again, we're not going to give timelines because, as you've already seen, they're a little bit out of our control. So let me just see. So a little recap: audit, great; more liquidity, great; 4 major exchanges. Great. We are steaming ahead. I mean, it's hard to believe that we are 3 weeks into this. This is more than we've ever seen achieved. But I'll be honest, all of this stuff is meaningless without utility. And this is where we see projects failing, not just for months, but for years. There's a whole fanfare about a project. They bang, 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 exchange. They build up a huge market cap. And then you kind of scratch your head after 6 months or 12 months saying, where's the utility? Where's the actual reason for people to use this coin beyond the hype and excitement and all the exchanges? That is where we are going to be very, very ahead of the game, okay? There is all the future value for you guys is not how many exchanges we can line up. We need the exchanges to handle the volume that's gonna be incoming. But you need to see utility. And for us, we're not gonna just drop you little nuggets and say, oh, we've got something exciting coming up. We've talked about the utilities, and they will be launched. Beta versions will be launched incredibly soon. So hopefully you're aware that there are several utilities in the very short pipeline for us. So we are talking about in the first months of this project. I think the NFT marketplace, it sounds simple. It sounds like something that other people could do, but there's hardly any on the Binance chain. This is a huge opportunity because Binance chain is cheaper, it's faster than Ethereum, but there's not really much going on in that space yet. We're talking about a good NFT market cap on Binance chain just on its own. Sorry, NFT marketplace could justify billions of dollars in market cap on its own if executed well, just on its own, without all the other things that we're working on. Obviously, we have games launching soon. We're going to talk about those on another AMA. Also, I wanted to talk about a third arm of something that's upcoming as well, which I think, again, on its own, if well executed, which we are very confident in our business plan and our team, could on its own justify multi-billion-dollar market cap. And we're going to be hopefully getting our beta soon. And that is effectively the community space, this content subscription. So we want to talk a little bit now and hopefully open up to the questions about what that actually means. We know quite a few people are a little bit alarmed by the word adult content in the white paper on the website. We've actually reworded that now because it's not quite what it sounds like. I'm not going to go into what it sounds like. What you need to sort of picture is a place for curators, influencers, celebrities, Instagram, etc., to monetize their contact with fans, and that is what we're going to create. Now, obviously, OnlyFans is a version of that. We think we can do a very competitive version of that. We would like to ultimately make it better. The big difference is we don't have to charge we'll call them the curators, the artists, whether they're Instagram models or whether they're celebrities, influencers, etc. We don't have to charge them commission. So OnlyFans has generated $3 billion of fees, and they have taken 20% in commission. Now we can attract curators without charging them commission, because all you guys, our community, want is for the EverGrow coin to be in demand and for the volume to be there. And then this project becomes hugely successful because people are using EverGrow coin every day to tip, to buy products, etc., etc. This is an ecosystem that we are building. I mean, these are the first steps. I think you can probably tell by the quality of the team and how quickly we're moving that the idea of having our own exchange, our own wallet, etc., is clearly a future path. We will have an enormous ecosystem with all these features built into it, with EverGrow coin being at the center of absolutely everything. But the benefit is we don't have to charge the people that we want to attract to these ecosystems. We have great marketing. We have a marketing agency exclusive within EverGrow that's doing incredible stuff that a lot of people may not be acutely aware of, but believe me, our incredible growth is as a result of some very intelligent, less obvious marketing. Now, we can use that same strategy if you think about, if there is an Instagrammer with millions of followers and they want to connect to their fans, they basically just say, listen, we're going to be on EverGrow. I'm going to be on EverGrow for 2 hours tonight. Okay, come along. That Instagrammer doesn't have to give 20% of their income away because we don't need to charge them. EverGrow don't need to make money effectively for this project to be successful, we need volume. We have our 1% marketing budget. That's what we're going to run this whole company on. And believe me, it will be add a very large amount of money, which will allow us to develop amazing projects as we go forward. So this is, this stuff is moving forward so quickly. I mean, I've just covered off 5 or 6 things like in this introduction here. And they are all incredibly exciting. And a lot of them, and we were already miles ahead in terms of how quickly we're moving on this stuff. And these aren't promises that these things will be along in 4 to 6 months. These are promises that these things will be live within a few weeks, okay? Including the exchanges that we've mentioned. So I think probably that's a nice little summary. I think Jacob maybe wants to say a little something, just give us a little bit more news. And then we'll just go straight to questions because you're not here just to hear me talk. So Jacob, do you want to jump in?
Yeah, I was just checking the DSC and I'm looking at the number of the holders that we have at the moment. And I was thinking about let's give something to the community because we're going to hit like 25,000 holders soon. So I was thinking maybe we can do like a giveaway, and we will have that set up on Twitter and everyone can participate. So yeah, I just wanted to say this before we move on to the next section.
Let's do it. Let's give something back now. So we'll do a big giveaway. We also do want to run some sort of more fun marketing stuff where we're going to get you guys and we will be giving away some decent prizes for these. They're going to be run through the social stuff. Everything's always going to be on Twitter, by the way. So do make sure you're following us on Twitter. I think we could well pass our 25,000 holders during this call. We are taking on a lot of new holders. So yeah, we're going to do some fun things. We want to do some viral marketing. We want you guys to get out and do some fun things. And we'll give prizes to the people. Again, I think you guys know this is a serious project, but we do also want like everybody to have fun. We want the community to feel that we're engaging with them, etc., etc. So we're definitely going to do a giveaway this week, and we'll also launch another competition for some viral marketing stuff that you guys can get involved with and win some prizes. So that's pretty fun. Anything else anyone wants to add? Okay, let's get.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, Paul, we can hear you. Let's just
Yep.
get questions. Have we lost Paul? Oh, he's disappeared. I think he's coming back. Paul's just dropping in.
I'm here.
We lost you, man. Okay, let's get some questions.
Are we good?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Like I was trying to be really cool and had the screen behind me, and you were echoing, and so I couldn't get the mics in here. Okay, first I'm going to start off by saying one thing. So build off the giveaway that you just said. So it happened so fast. I don't know if you're aware, but I want to talk to my Discord community really, really quick. This morning, I was up so late last night in Telegram helping out. One of the admins was sick. I was up helping out very late. And so I was very tired and I slept. I woke up and obviously, there is a fake Telegram group over there in Telegram. Is a fake group. And I'm not in it, but we were reporting it. Anyway, so I wake up and I go to look to see if there's any announcements from you, Sam, or Jacob, or something I need to put up. And it put me in the fake group. And I thought it was the real group. And it was a message from Sam. And so didn't really check it, copy and paste it, and I put it in Discord. And it was up for about 30 seconds. My moderators, I have about 31 moderators and helpers in there. They alerted me right away within 30 seconds, took it down. And we checked it. If you click the link, you're just fine. And there was no way it was up too fast for anything to happen. I learned a lesson there to recheck what was sent. But literally, they put me in the group, and then Sam came up, your exact name, and it was
I've seen it. Yeah, we've all been cloned. There's There's been a big flood attack. People are cloning us. But listen, no damage was done. But obviously, we need to be extra vigilant.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm going to be.
Let's get past it.
Apologize to my Discord community. I love you very much. It'll never happen again. I know my TV went out, guys. We're good. Okay. So the first question going to be asked was about the game, the utility game coming up. Is that going to be made by the devs, or is it going to be a third party?
Probably
the earned a game you have coming out.
Yeah, like we are taking from the developers as well, because Ajit can at time work on only one project. So definitely, like, we have hired other developers as well. We have been like taking resumes from other developers as well. So because first we need a smart contract, then to develop the platform around it. So end of the month you will be like getting around 2-3 games already on the platform.
Wow. So Praveen, your signal's not great unless that's my signal. So people who missed that, we're obviously dedicating.
The thing is like the moderation of Ajit, like Ajit is managing all the developers and everything.
So we do expect to see 2 or 3 games within around a month. For anyone who might have missed that, Praveen, I just think your signal is a little bit bad to hear. But we obviously we want to get the NFT platform and the creator space up online. That's why when I did the introduction, I sort of skipped the game a little bit because although we do expect that in around a month, that's third in the pipeline at the moment. So we are getting game developers on the team, and the dev team are talking to people about that.
Okay, the next question is obviously about Bitmart and about the volume, the taxes. Is it going to be the volume going to be split up, or is it going to be together? How? Because obviously with other projects they've had problems with that. The volume has been split up. Are they still going to be part of? Are they still going to get the rewards? Is all of them going to be together? How's that going to work?
Yeah, this is literally where we are with the tech guys at the moment. We actually had a meeting today, believe it or not, on a Sunday, just to get those things all worked out. They're working really hard, basically to create solutions. There is another big project that I'm sure everyone's aware of, where Bitmart effectively created custom solutions for them. So just to reassure people, this is what we're making sure. This is why we're not rushing into getting it launched, because we need to make sure that for those who buy on Bitmart, the rewards are fair and distributed, etc. And there's a solution there. So these are what we're working on.
So you're working towards, getting the same volume, like everything put together into one pot. That is your goal.
It's not necessarily going to be on one pot, but it doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. We've got plans in the future for bringing everything all together, but we're sort of jumping the gun. As soon as we confirm how that contract is going to work with Bitmart, which is effectively what we're working on at the moment, we'll release it. But we've obviously drawn a line in the sand about the rewards, and our dev team and their dev team are working on that tomorrow. We actually have that commitment tomorrow. We did provisional work on it last week, and we're trying to finalize the final work. So effectively, this is the challenge that we have, and obviously the others. All reward projects have, and obviously they find solutions for them, they find workarounds, and that's just what we're doing. I've got to say, considering how big Bitmart are, they've been incredibly attentive to us, and they are working really hard, bringing in their tech guys to create this solution. So we're very happy, and that's the only reason why we're not saying, look, we're going to give you a date, because it needs to be perfect before it's launched, and it's as simple as that. So yes, we're not going to have discrimination between people who buy on one exchange or the other. It's just about making it all fair, whether it's in separate pools or whatever. That's all to be determined, but everyone will still get their rewards in the right way.
Okay, that one was from, just to say, LAZ182 from YouTube, another YouTube channel, Haley Gia. Do you plan to have reduce the tax after a while? The current rate is good for investors, but maybe an obstacle to increase volume in the future for transactions on the with the NFT market and the subscription base.
Yeah, we can definitely think about it if community suggests, and maybe we can poll about like what should be the taxes depending on the time frame, like after 2 months, 3 months. Like we have the function in the smart contract, whenever we want to change the taxes, we can do it. Right now, current, I think 10% is good. We can definitely think about in the future.
Praveen, is there any way to improve the quality of your audio? Because it sounds like you've got very low bandwidth. So again, I'll repeat what Praveen said.
Yeah, I was just saying
maybe,
that definitely.
Maybe lose the video, and because we want to hear the audio, so maybe lose the video. I know you have issues there with your network on and off at the moment. Okay,
Voices.
I'll just summarize. So summarize effectively. This is already the sort of thing that we will bring to the community. At the moment, the taxes are working very, very well, and obviously the taxes mean the rewards. But there are some of the taxes that we may be able to sacrifice. Things like buyback and burn, for example. In an early project, there's always going to be all this insecurity and FUD and nonsense and people not doing their own research and things like that. The most frustrating thing we have to deal with is, we see some YouTuber like put some nonsense out, and everything in there has already been addressed with links and evidence, and it scares people out. And buyback and burn can actually help with that, just to stabilize the price during like a FUD attack. But to be honest, once we have healthy volume, the project's been around for a good few months, we're all like effectively household names, and there's none of that fear anymore. There's potential to reduce the tax through that medium as well. So the most important thing is, yes, we can. We won't do something so fundamental without talking to the community and getting feedback. But in short, we can. And what we've always agreed in team is that we won't increase the taxes for any reason. And that's important, because the first thing, obviously everyone wants to find negatives. First thing when we said yesterday or 2 days ago that we wanted to add to liquidity, is everybody going, oh, great, they're going to raise the taxes, they're going to do this, they're going to reduce our rewards. And we're like, guys, we know how important the rewards are, and we're not going to be changing those just on a whim. And to be honest, I don't think we ever really want to change the rewards at all. And we also will not increase the taxes. That would be ingenuine, unethical, and we're not going to do it. So rest assured, if we can save people taxes by reducing buyback and burn, for example, then of course we will do that. But we will check with the community before we make any such big decisions like that.
Everyone loves rewards. I think Jacob can speak as well to that through Telegram and Discord. Everyone is loving the rewards and the BUSD. They love it. It is just genius. They go on about it. It's just great. Everything is great. Okay, this one's from Telegram.
We have the best dev team in the space, so they created an amazing contract. So it's
incredible.
Yeah.
Like seeing people post their screenshots of rewards, it's so great for us to see that, because that's, we know the project has to have utility for those rewards to continue. We've recognized that from day one, but seeing like thousands of people like screenshotting their rewards and saying that they're creating this passive income that's changing their lives, this is a brilliant contract. It's so well put together. I mean, kudos to the dev guys, and this is why we're not going to screw with the rewards. If we need to reduce taxes, it will come from elsewhere.
Okay, from Telegram, from Card Addict. We all know that a company can't be managed by only 4 people. Is there a plan to incorporate more people into the team and more departments? What would be the number of people working for EGC by the end of the year, per se?
Well, 100% we agree. And to be honest, we're all kind of shattered. There are obviously, like we're effectively the people you see. There are dozens of people working on this project. But yes, I mean, as we've mentioned 1 or 2 times, that we will incorporate. We will appoint a full board. There will be a CEO appointed at some point, and obviously there will be full infrastructure underneath. Now that's we do that once we reach a certain market cap and certain sort of stable volume, and then that obviously guarantees that the marketing budget is adequate enough to pay. Look, the team here are all business people, okay, and we've run and created successful businesses. And one thing we do understand that's really important is cash flow. So we're not going to go and open an HQ somewhere before we know that the cash flow is effectively guaranteed through the utilities. So once the utilities are up and running, that's going to effectively guarantee cash flow for everybody, not just for our team, for the headquarters and the costs of incorporating. And to be honest, we're going to likely incorporate in a regulated jurisdiction where crypto can be regulated. We are not afraid of regulation. For those who don't know, I already run a regulated investment company, so I'm used to heavy-handed regulators watching everything you do. We're not afraid of that type of scrutiny. So obviously we need that budget for that. Where I can't say how many members of staff we're going to have by December. It's all about growth and achieving milestones. But yeah, it's clearly a very good question and something obviously it's in the pipeline for us to go down that road.
And it's not just 4 right now. There are many behind the scenes, as you just heard Sam say. It's not just 4 of you people that see on the screen.
Yeah, as you can see on the website.
Alone in the content, there are 4 to 5 people. In the graphics team, we have like, they just don't come to calls.
You get that, Sam?
You get that?
Sorry, Praveen, we're really struggling, I'm afraid.
Yeah. You hear me now?
I hate to, your voice just cuts out a lot when you're talking. Try again.
Yeah, I was just saying that there are many team members already in the graphics team, in the content team. Like they don't come call, but they are working the back end.
They're working the back end with people. Okay.
Yeah,
graphics team and devs team, and they're just not comfortable to hop on calls, but they're working in the background. So
I find it kind of strange. Like we seem to be held to a very high standard, which is fine. We don't mind. But I've never known like communities demanding that every member of staff goes on an AMA, for example. It's quite unprecedented. You're lucky if you get one guy on a voice call on an AMA once a fortnight. Obviously, we're going above and beyond, but like don't expect to see 20 people on an AMA. It would be completely pointless. It doesn't help anybody. But obviously, we have lots of team. We've got developers. We've got the whole marketing agency effectively working on that side. So there are lots more people in this project, but we're not going to roll them all up for an AMA. It would be kind of crazy to do that.
Okay, 2-part question from Frisbee. So with regards to the roadmap, any information on when it will be updated on the website, just maybe, a few months, down the line, because this is October. And when we thinking maybe, because, the beta doesn't, he says the beta is not really up, the beta doesn't work on the marketplace, or one of them. He says beta, but it's not really a beta. Marketplace. Will we see that
Initially, when we started, NFT marketplace beta was like live, but right now Ajit is on it, so he has just like sent a message that it will be up soon, like by the next week or week after that. Instead of beta, we'll be launching the alpha version.
Fantastic. So within a couple of weeks, we'll have our first utility live. And again, I love us being held to a higher standard than any other project I've ever seen. It's great, but we're going to have a utility live within kind of 5 weeks of launch, which is, there are some coins that have been around for 5 years and they have nothing yet, but people still bought billions of dollars of them. So, keep the pressure on us. So we like it. We all work very well under pressure. So keep banging on. When are these things coming? And we'll get them. But yeah, so there you go. NFT will be live within 2 weeks.
So yeah, as for the roadmap, I thought it was 2-part question. As for the roadmap, it's being updated and soon it will be up on the website. So it's been working on it and we will have it updated soon.
Okay, great. Okay, kind of a little question for Sam from Rianne. What has been the most challenging thing that surprised you most working with this project?
Well, working with the team has just been amazing. Like I said before, it's incredible, smart guys who know this space better than any group of people I've ever worked with. Challenging, I'm going to be honest with you. Look, I founded an award-winning investment management firm that operates across Europe. We have, $100+ million I can be personally responsible for at any time. I have never been called a scammer so much in my life as I have in the last week by some YouTuber in their bedroom. I can be quite a sensitive guy, and it's quite painful to see some kid in his bedroom who hasn't even bothered going on my LinkedIn and stuff like that, saying that we would be bothered to create a rug pull. and with the stuff that we put out in the public domain about ourselves and security checks. So for me personally, the most challenging thing is really just like how crazy people are in this space. I mean, I worked for 20 years in financial services, which is a pretty ruthless space. But I mean, if you go and like defame somebody in public, you get sued in financial services, and you know, which is this like people, you know, people wouldn't create a video saying, here's a little, these guys are all criminals, they're going to steal your money, and get away with it. So you know, we understand that, you know, there's a lot of people in this space who don't really understand how things work in the world, in the big world of corporations and finance, etc. So we are going to effectively ignore that stuff best we can. But yeah, from a personal point of view, it's been quite hard, having had a very successful career in finance, a very good reputation, to suddenly find myself, you know, accused of all sorts of bad stuff within like a couple of weeks of a project where honestly we could not have done more to reassure the world we have done everything that is humanly possible, from our personal IDs to our LinkedIn's to the security of the project to 2 audits in 3 weeks, all of these things. And it's like someone just says something and people just get hold of it. They don't kind of go, well, hold on, let's check out. And to be honest, like the people doing it, why don't they just like send us an email and say, guys, look, I've got some concerns about this or that, and we'll go, okay, let's have a chat. Like, so for that truth, I didn't want to talk about this stuff tonight, but the truth is, it's actually quite like personally like hurtful to hear people saying stuff like that about you for no reason, apart from the fact that probably they're jealous that they didn't get into this project. They can still get in, guys. Come on, we're 3 weeks in. Don't get bitter and jealous. Just look at the project, do your research, and come and join us. So there's the answer. Maybe not the expected answer, but that's the answer.
Okay. Can you talk a little bit more about the NFT lending and maybe how that is going to work? I see a couple questions here. I'm kind of consolidating here, but I'm seeing a lot of those come up. Can you possibly maybe expand on just a little bit, you know, with the NFT lending?
Yeah, definitely. Like we'll be keeping it decentralized, and I like on top of that we'll be adding like if wants a loan for their NFT, and like those who gave, they can bid their amount that they're ready to give this much amount loan. And also like it will be centralized. Suppose like the NFT drops, so there will be collateral 50% minimum, but we'll be sharing its roadmap and white papers. Like it's after we are finished with NFT marketplace and subscription platform, we're working on this.
Praveen, we can't hear you, man. Is there any way you can improve your signal? Because it's obviously really important stuff that you're.
Yeah, it's a really interesting question.
You're talking about. Maybe we can we come back to Praveen to answer that question? Maybe we can sort out his signal, or you can put it in the.
Maybe try to reconnect or something.
Yeah, so I can move on while he reconnects.
Yeah, I mean, like worst case scenario, Praveen, can type it out and send it, put it in the Telegram, and Paul could read it out, because
yeah,
like,
definitely. Definitely, I'll be doing it because we will be. Can you hear me now?
No, you sound like a robot who lives underwater.
I'll be dropping a message about it. I'll be dropping a message about it in the chat after this, a detailed how it will be looking.
Okay. If you drop it in now if you want, and maybe Paul can read it when it's there. But it's a good question. We do want to answer these questions.
Just let me know where he drops it, and if someone drops it, they can one of the 3 people I have feeding me questions, wherever he drops it, drop it in one. Let me know. Okay. From Ricky, you mentioned Binance changing Ethereum. Have you considered the Harmony One blockchain? They have cheaper gas fees than the Binance blockchain and bridges. What is your thought? I bring up Harmony One blockchain, the NFT market, because Binance has a lot of NFT marketplaces, and well, Ethereum is littered with them. Harmony One is not as prominent in the field and is quickly growing.
Yeah, but actually our smart contract is based on Binance chain. So if we want to like integrate our token in the marketplace, we would have to start with a Binance chain based place.
Okay, so what Praveen said there is, you know, our contract is in Binance. So to integrate it, the best way we could integrate it would be, I mean, don't underestimate the benefits of Binance. Obviously, the size of it, it's fast, it's cheap, it's that it's better than Ethereum, and yet everything seems to be on Ethereum. So this is why I think that's a huge opportunity.
Okay, let me go over here.
Praveen, try to connect via mobile phone. Maybe the data is going to be better than the broadband. Someone messaged me about this.
Yeah, Praveen, we really want to hear you.
Yeah, we would love to hear from Praveen if we can get that.
Praveen
So,
is obviously our connection with all the development side of things and marketing. So we really like Praveen. If you can do anything to improve your signal, that would be really helpful.
Okay. Safe Moon Surge, someone maybe we kind of know, asked, can they give us a hint of something big of what we're about to do? We would love to hear something, maybe a little hint.
Well, we know Safe Mooners love little hints. We have. I mean, we did spend 15 minutes at the beginning talking about sort of real tangible things that we didn't need to hint about. So look, I think the NFT marketplace going live. I think the thing that we covered a little bit today, obviously having our content subscription platform, that alone could be incredibly valuable. Because the unique thing is that we can offer it without charge to the artists, the curators, the Instagrammers. They're giving 20% away on OnlyFans and other similar platforms. We obviously have a very sophisticated marketing agency behind us as well. And beyond that, all of those curators, artists, Instagrams, etc., will bring new users and volume to us. So that is hugely exciting, because like there are things that we could talk about, like having our own exchange, our own wallet, things like that, which clearly we will go down that road. But they're not the utility that you guys need. You guys need utility and volume. So the most exciting thing we can say is that within a few weeks you're going to see utility on a project that at which point will be less than 2 months old with utility, live utility. It is fairly unprecedented. So
okay,
that's hopefully that covers it.
I did. Okay. Also, this has been coming up, and guys, we have addressed this. I'll say it to Sam so y'all can hear me, and Jacob's addressed it too. Have you heard from CoinMarketCap about that glitch that they can get out of there? Because when you put up the 7-day thing on CoinMarketCap, that glitch ruins the entire graph when people look at it. I'm sure.
Yeah, it's been addressed.
Yeah. Is it being fixed? I just got asked about it.
Yeah, we have like dropped them an email about it. Like we are connected to them direct. They have like provided a self-reporting dashboard where we can make any edit in our profile. So we have like submitted the changes through that. We are waiting for a response from them.
Oh, you sound perfect. Praveen, you sound perfect right there. Can you repeat what you said about the NFT lending, since you sound good right there?
Yeah, definitely. Like it will be based on bidding. Like someone wants a loan for their NFT, the other borrowers, they can just like bid whatever the amount they value about the NFT, and someone who just posted their NFT for the loan, they can accept any bid from that, like whatever they value their NFT for. Apart from that, all the loans would be like collateralized, like they need to be 50% loan to value ratio. If the value of the NFT drops below that, then the NFT would be like automatically transferred to the person who has like given the loan to the owner of that NFT. So it will be like a complicated system. We'll be like creating a white paper on it, and we'll be like sharing it with the community soon. Like we need to work on its white paper and technicalities, because first we are finishing with the easy product, which are NFT marketplace and content subscription. Once we are finished with that, we'll be working on this, because we will be having a lot of liquidity in NFTs from the NFT marketplace. So we can just integrate it with our NFT marketplace as well.
I'm so glad we got you back on there, Praveen. Because,
yeah, I like hearing all that.
This is like, I love it when we listen to Praveen, because you can see the thought that's gone into this. This is seriously groundbreaking stuff. This isn't just some launch.
Did I hear a person-to-person lending, or what did I hear there?
It will also be P2P, because anyone can just put any value of their NFT, but in market we need to know what's the real value. So anyone who is giving the loan, they can like directly bid their price for the loan, like whatever the value for that NFT, because that would be fair. Because
Okay.
I can just create a random NFT and like list it for like 20 BNB, 50 BNB and ask for loan on that, but that won't be like its real value in the market. So it's better that we let it on like those who are giving the loan, they decide what's the price or what's the value. But
So
also we will be getting the data from our NFT marketplace, that what was the last price that NFT was traded on or whatever. Like we'll be working on everything. We'll be like taking a lot of thought on this once we are like finished with the initial 2 utilities, also like the games are launched.
So will that be from a you just said like you mentioned BNB in there, so it'll be like an EverGrow coin loan, or will be like in BNB you said? Which one will?
Obviously, like first the preference would be like making a utility around EverGrow. So definitely will be like, even in the marketplace we would be valuing the NFTs on EverGrow coin apart from BNB. On EverGrow coin there would be no fees or any commission.
Okay, that's good. And also with the subscription platform, someone asked here, will there be the fees when tipping somebody, or will you have to buy the EverGrow coin first and then tip? Will that transaction when you tip or subscribe every time?
We are like keeping it decentralized, that we are not giving the creators any wallet in the platform, because suppose someone tips a creator, then if they transfer it to somewhere else, they'd be paying double taxes. So we are just like linking their wallets from the platform. Suppose if someone tips to a creator, the EGC will be transferred directly to their Trust wallet or MetaMask, whatever they have connected with our platform.
Okay, so it goes to the platform, then to the creator.
Yeah, like it will be transferred from the like someone who is tipping from their wallet directly to the creator.
And the thing that makes this so attractive, and I have to emphasize this, is that the creators will want to use this because it's free for them. We don't want them to have to pay anything. We want people to use EverGrow coin because that will help everybody listening to this call now, and it will help everybody who invests in the future. Remember, EverGrow coin is dependent on volume. Market cap's fantastic. The more it rises, the more capital value we all increase it. But volume is what pays you your US dollars every day, your passive income. So we don't want to put the creators off. They help us create the volume. So it's going to be free for creators. And who's not going to want to use it when it's free, when other platforms are charging 20% of their earnings?
Yeah, I know. And Crypto Control is going to get on there. Probably be the first one on there to have his channel, about EverGrow on there. So I'm sure he'll be the first one on there. He's been such a big help to us. I'm sure you can agree, Sam. Okay, this one's come from Telegram, from Hodled. How are the devs managing to get time on working on this project? According to their LinkedIn profiles, most of them are working on EGC as a second job.
Yeah, can I answer?
Yes.
Yeah, like Ajit has a team, like on the website there are just 3 developers, but actual like there are around 7-8 developers who are working. Like 2 are working on that platform, 2 are working on NFT marketplace, 1 is like making the smart contract for NFT marketplace. Also, like we're launching games, so they need smart contract as well, because first we are going with betting platform. So like there are many developers who are working in the backend. They are just not on the website. Also, like it's not their second job. It's like they're working dedicatedly on EverGrow. It's just that it's in their profile, the other companies.
Okay, and also attached to this, you said that will be the first NFTs, will be the minted NFT, the NFTs of the team, of the Docs team. There'll be an NFT of them.
I think like we announced it on Twitter when we retweeted it, like it was done by a Swordify. Are you talking about that?
Yeah, that's already on the blockchain. That was a security firm who who verified the core team's identification, and we tweeted the link. There is an NFT on the blockchain that confirms effectively that we've been verified. So I think probably people are getting confused about that. That's already been done.
Hard time finding it, and hard time, they want to see it. So
find that again. It is there. We did tweet about it. It's linked, and we will if we
let's move on. We can
probably just just Google it and it'll come up.
Yeah. So this is one I've gotten a couple. There's a few of these. So last week you mentioned about merch and about independent people creating merch for EverGrow. Okay, cool. Today says, going forward, can you be more conscious about promoting our merch on sites with explicit political biases?
We haven't promoted anyone's merch beyond retweeting them on Twitter, so I don't know if that's particularly about something. We aren't promoting merch as per se, but we have said, if I've bought some merch from someone who created it, like just randomly. They CC'd us in, they added us in on Twitter, and I bought some and we retweeted them. So I'm not quite sure if that's someone.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
I don't know what that's. I don't really understand the question. We're only really would share stuff on the platforms Telegram, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're not going to go.
Yeah, they don't. They don't represent EverGrow Coin just because you retweet it or just because you bought a merch.
Oh, I see. No. Look, if we see some nice EverGrow merch, there's not a lot of thought to it. We'll retweet it. I guess we could do more due diligence. I'm sort of sensing that maybe someone who's made some merch has made some other merch that people don't like.
Anti-vaxxer or
okay. Well, obviously, we don't want to get political. We absolutely don't. So yeah, we'll be conscious of that in future. Certainly, if that happened, it certainly wasn't deliberate. We've retweeted a few things. To be honest, there's not enough hours in the day for us to do too much of a deep dig, but we will be conscious of that. We will have a quick look before we retweet anything.
Sure. And me and Jacob will obviously bring this up to, and people below on Telegram will bring this up to Sam and the team if we do put a link on our on Telegram or Discord or Twitter, like you said, of anything. So we'll run this by, as you said, he'll do his due diligence more about what he wants to put on, not put on. But like you said, anyone can go do merch. He won't sue you or anything. If you want to do an independent thing, go ahead, spread the word, and everyone can believe what they want to believe, but it's not exactly the views of EverGrow Coin. Exactly. Is that fair enough?
Yeah, we're not going to ever endorse any kind of political view through EverGrow.
Okay.
I have well, just 1 second. I have a question for me, and I think we need to address this. Someone says, how big are the team members' private wallets? Sam mentioned himself, and I believe Jacob have private wallets too. I personally don't have any private wallet. I only have one wallet which I purchased in the first day of the project after launch. And that's it. I mean, I don't have any other wallets.
Yeah, I've just got one wallet as well, and I think everybody knows it is one of the top wallets. So I don't have any other wallets.
I got mine.
Everyone. Yeah, and the other tokens are in the smart contract.
Yeah, the team wallet, the dev team wallet is in the smart contract, and you can see that there. That's the airdrop and dev team wallet that holds 5%. Again, we have tweeted this out with the link, so you can actually go on BSC scan and see the wallets that are in the contract.
Okay, from Crypto Controls channel, Sing Wahag. I'm so sorry, I'm terrible with these usernames. Can you ask if they can do a YouTube ads? Can you ask if they can do YouTube ads or billboards?
Yeah, Sam just mentioned that we'll be going for billboard, but apart from that, we are already running YouTube ads. I'm running few ads for Crypto Dreams video, they were just started yesterday. So I think you won't be seeing them on your channel, but we are targeting few targeted specific sections, like communities of specific cons. So definitely we are doing them, just it's not showing to you or it's not showing on your profile. they are running.
Yeah, so we're
like
doing a lot of targeted advertising, and we will do the big billboards, guys. But obviously, it's you know, these things cost a lot of money, but we will do them. It's just about, you know, getting a few of the big. We want to get the few big exchanges on board, which also costs a lot of money, before we get the billboard on board, because obviously we need exchanges that can handle the sort of volume that will come in. You know, Times Square. It will happen, guys, but let's give it a few weeks to get the exchange on board so people can just buy it easily in Intercoin, etc. And then we'll do the big billboards.
Okay, we got about well, Sam want to go about an hour. We got 5 minutes left, about, unless you want to go longer. From Yaz Y. So about the liquidity pool, having 2 weeks of 1% marketing budget to use for liquidity pool, what's the plan moving forward so people can't manipulate price and cause some panic selling in the project?
I mean, effectively, the liquidity pool hasn't been a problem. We've doubled it for a couple of weeks just to see what happens, but it hasn't been a problem. There's not, you know, a lot of people kind of say, oh, look, there's someone, you know, let's say someone who's like got the 50th biggest wallet or the 14th or the 17th biggest wallet, and they're selling some. Guys, look, this is trading, this is investing. If people, what you're going to find, that there's a journey that people go on. Very, very few people in the world bought Bitcoin 10 years ago and have never sold any, because human nature, fear and greed, insecurity, all of these things means that, look, in all honesty, the people who get really rich are the ones with balls of steel, okay? Now, if someone invested in this project a few weeks ago, they're going to be sat on some big profits now. They're now full of fear, right? They're full of fear because they might never have seen this money in their life, and they might think, wow, they're not thinking, I could be worth many millions in a year. They're thinking, I could pay off half my mortgage with this. And that's the truth. And so what we find on a trajectory like this, say this is like a 2-year chart, is people join at different points in the journey and they follow it up. And some people stay the whole way. And the people who stay the whole way are the ones clearly in this context, in this discussion, which is not investing advice. I'm just giving you examples. The people who have got the nerve to start here and still be holding when they're sat on money that they could never imagine, there's not that many people who've got that strength. And that's why markets work how they work. People hop on and hop off along the way while it builds up market cap. That's basically how markets work. I mean, as someone who's been in these markets for many years, and I've had to sit in front of clients, very experienced investor clients, I've had to have the same discussion, just telling them to stay in the markets. You know, we see this volatility in normal markets, stocks and shares, etc. You know, so the short answer is we're not in the game of trying to control people's trades. If someone wants to dip out along the way or come back in at another point, that's their decision. We're not worried. We're going to create a great project with an amazing future. You know, it's stressful when you're sat on huge gains. I'm going to defend the people who have like sold down like 100,000 or 200,000, because it's stressful to be sat on the huge gains. Especially with all this FUD. The FUDsters like have scared people out of this project. It's, you know, it's a bit depressing to think about that, but this is investing. Like, you're going to see people sell. Everybody needs to just calm down. Like, everybody's on a different part of their journey. Somebody bought in yesterday won't be sat on the profits, and somebody bought in 2 weeks ago. The guys who bought in 2 weeks ago are fighting this psychological battle. And it's very hard. It takes a lot of experience and a lot of discipline to hold a trade all the way to the Mecca, you know, to the highlands where you're talking millions in profit. So hopefully that really is like almost like a lesson overall for people, to say, you know, investing in anything carries risk. But if you talk to any analyst, they'll sort of say, you know, you have to have a longer term outlook. Don't attempt to trade. Don't attempt to guess tops and bottoms, etc., etc. I've spent my career, you know, advising wealthy people on how to invest their money and managing investment portfolios and pots of money, etc. I had this conversation on many occasions with people. Obviously, the risk in investing in crypto is more volatile. It comes down to execution. We have a great team. We're going to execute well. We're not going to give up. We're going to keep going. There's going to be problems along the way, but we're going to keep going. And we know that some people will join us for the whole journey. Some people will hop on, hop off, hop on, etc., etc. It's just how it works. We're not going to. I see a lot of talk in the chat you know, oh, this whale just sold 20 grand, 50 grand. Well, they're not a whale for a start if they're selling 20 grand, 50 grand. But just let them do it, guys. Don't get upset about it. It's okay. It's all part of health. We've actually got a very healthy chart at the moment. The chart has consolidated now. It's healthy. It looks good. We don't want this massive spike and drop. You're getting your rewards as well. So I'm not going to go on. I feel like now I'm sat in front of like a client almost, but you know, I have had this conversation lots of times in my life.
Me too. A couple more questions. Can we get an update on the staking pool option?
Yeah, like we'll be working once as like the other platforms are launched. Like we also need to create a dashboard, UI and everything for it as well. So everything is in line and we'll be launching as per the like roadmap. But definitely by the next week or the week after that, we'll be like having 2 utilities already live on the platform and people can like directly start using them. So after that, we'll be moving on to the other platforms because, you know, if we focus everything at once, like then there would be a lot of bugs and everything. So we just want to avoid all that. So we are like right now focusing on 2 utilities and launching them first, and then we'll be going for the other ones.
Okay. I'm going to ask this question because it's actually a nice question. Another one from Curtis. Curtis New. Thank you for asking this question because this is. I'd like to ask how you all are doing. I know it's been very intense for them, but how are they doing well mentally? How's everyone in the team doing well mentally? Because it's been so intense. That's a great question because we all feel it. So.
Well,
yeah, I
we'll
appreciate that.
Answer individually. Jacob, you go, man.
Yeah, I was saying that I appreciate the question. Yeah, I mean, last 3 weeks was like 18, 20 hours a day, split between my IRL job and EverGrow, and trying to keep it up. So yeah, I mean, I think last night I had like a few more hours of sleep, and today I felt a little bit rested, but yeah, I'm trying to keep it up. I mean, just from my side, as the team, actually as a whole team, we try to focus on getting the things done and as fast as possible, because we are trying to give you guys the things that you need to go on with the project. So everything from listings, marketing, and development, we try to focus on one thing at a time so we can deliver it in time and perfectly running, and then we can focus on the other things.
Yeah, and
I mean, I echo Jacob there. First and foremost, it's like the team are really close, so with that really helps. We're talking all day long. We're helping each other out with each other's queries and questions, which is great. I think we're all used to working very hard. We're all driven. We're all entrepreneurial, etc. I think, you know, Paul knows this as well. Like anyone who's sort of used to being in business is used to making hay while the sun shines. You know, when a project like this, we know the community want results. We can sleep in a year, like when we have a massive team and a corporate headquarter underneath us and all this, so we can, you know, slow down a little bit. But we get it, you know. There's huge pressure on a project at this stage, especially one that's broken all these records and exploded onto the scene. So in short, I really appreciate you asking the question. I think we're all doing good. I think the excitement and the adrenaline has given us so much energy. We just, you know, we feel very grateful about the community. I can't tell you what it means to us. The community are absolutely incredible. Like every time we tweet anything, like 100 comments within like 10 minutes and all of this, and the Telegram community and all the communities across the board of Discord and Instagram and Facebook, which we want to build up. That gives us all energy. So yeah, thanks for the question, but we're doing good, and it's all because of the community and the team and just how excited we are. What about you, Praveen? Are you surviving? Because it's even late. It's the worst part. It's so late for them. Like
Yeah, but it's not an issue because I'm really motivated right now. So definitely this week is like going to be so much full of excitement. Like we will having many news, many confirmation with exchanges and all such. So it will like let's go.
I like it.
I like it.
For me, the only the ones the first week that was demanding for me, and you know, I'm on the Discord side, and people have been so great, in Telegram and in Discord, in the first week, and then once I got people around me, and now we have 31 people helping me over in Discord, from behind the scenes to mods and the educational mods, 31 people. So it makes my job a lot easier, where I can oversee. And we're doing the same thing over on Telegram. Also, like you said, Sam just said, the growth has just been exponential. So it took time to kind of, you know, get people under us to, you know, help with the questions and this going on, that going on, because we broke so many records. I think anyone expected to grow that fast. So yeah, that first week was tough for me, but since then, yeah, it's just been great for me. And yeah, just the team around us has been great. I'd like to thank everybody. I'd like to thank you guys too. You guys have been great. Anytime I need a question or anything, go to Jacob, Sam, and then you go to everything just gets filtered down, boom, just like that, from a question to, or if we need something answered. I'm not seeing much here.
I'd say that's quite a good question to end it on, because we didn't want it to go on forever. Yeah. We are going to stick around on the Telegram, but listen, let's to everybody on YouTube, we're going to say good night or good afternoon. Crypto Dreams of Crypto Control, again, thanks so much for streaming it. I'm sure there'll be a little summary video put together. So I'm going to turn my video off, and then we can finally relax a little bit and sit on the sofa without the video on. And I might actually duck out because, yeah, it's pretty late for me. But we'll be ending the stream now, guys. So again, we've had a lot of people tuning into this one. So I hope that we were able to answer your questions. We'll do this again very soon. And yeah, all the best. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.